on the same page as festivals, we went to the Beer and Bacon Festival today.
Mm-hmm. Second annual. It's like I guess a tour that they do. Made a stop finally in Central Florida, in Altamont Springs. And it's put on by a bunch of local radio stations out here. I don't know which ones because I don't listen to any of them.
No. Mix 105.1.
Yeah, that was one of them. Sunny 105.9.
Which I've never heard of.
No, it's
how have I not listened to the radio that new radio stations are showing up and I don't know about them?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. So, Beer and Bacon, Beer and Bacon Festival, just the way it sounds. You go out there and you sample a bunch of beers, and you sample a bunch of bacon, but not really though. Yeah, it's not as advertised.
I didn't believe it when I heard it.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, the beer part is as advertised.
You have to trash it?
No, I'm not gonna trash it. I'm just gonna say that it's not fucking what I thought.
Yo, go in, son. Give it to him.
So yeah, the beer portion is as advertised. They have a bunch of breweries they're set up in little tents or whatever. They got cans and bottles and stuff, and you just walk by and I mean they give you a wristband and you can go to each one and there's no limit to how much beer you can have.
That's good.
So, but at the same time, you're not gonna have that much beer.
No.
Like it's filling.
Oh yeah,
fast.
of course.
Yeah, I mean it's weird because you're like, oh, a sample, cool. So you grab one and then you grab another and another and you realize you're taking like 1 ounce gulps of beer at a time, like 30 different breweries.
We should have treated it like a wine tasting and just kind of swished it around.
We kind of did sometimes. Like
a couple of them.
Was we never forced ourselves to finish one just because it was free beer.
Yeah.
Like the beers we didn't like, we dumped them.
You just tossed them.
Because
they're everywhere.
Some classy individuals.
Yeah, they were. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
The part that I felt that we both felt was like a jip was we paid $35 to get in, which is not. I mean, it's not a crazy price, but the way that they advertise it is the Beer and Bacon Festival.
Right.
Correct? No. You get in and you have to pay again for all the food, even the bacon.
That's horrible.
That right?
They don't even have samplers around?
No, they had samplers, but you had to.
For the sampler.
Oh, come on!
Each sampler, right? From a different
sampler.
Bacon person,
right? So each person, and
Bacon Man.
I guess my vision of it was, you'd walk through and you'd get samples from different beers, and then there would be beer people, a bacon person, walking by with like different kinds of bacon, and like, here, try this bacon and this bacon. This bacon goes good with this beer. That's how I thought it was gonna be.
It was like basically an old prospector character. Like my dad and my grandfather were old bacon people.
Overalls on.
We've been bacon men.
We've been bacon men for years.
Are they cannibals? That sounds horrible.
We've been bacon men.
We've been bacon men.
So basically, you just it was a bunch of different restaurants from the area that had bacon part of their menu. Like Four Rivers was out there.
Okay.
Ale House was out there. Just a bunch of different spots that are
Local
around
places,
here.
Yeah.
And they just had bacon that was, they feature bacon because they have bacon in their kitchen.
Okay.
And they just brought it out to the Beer and Bacon Festival. Basically, the festival was a huge commercial. It was a huge advertisement. That's all it was. Yeah. There was like cars for different dealerships. There was places for like LASIK eye surgery.
Yeah.
There's fucking different restaurants.
Yeah, that was just a bunch of ads.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Oh my
it was
God.
we just walked through a living commercial, basically.
Yep. That's how they make all their money back and more. Is all in ads. Which makes me beg the question, why wouldn't they at least have some samples of food for free?
Right.
Nothing, man. Not one thing.
That's rough.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of people out there. We got there right when it started, so there was a good. You could walk through and not. You're like, well, it's kind of weird. There's not a lot of people here. So we sat down. We talked for a little bit. Got up, turned around. All right, let's get some more beer. Turn around, and it was like someone just dumped people into the fucking festival because they were everywhere. So they're not losing any sleep over.
Oh yeah,
they charged people $35, and everybody probably walked in and thought the same thing. Like, okay, I see the beer. Where's the bacon?
Yeah, like you would have like you said the name alone, and they tell you free beer samples. And bacon samples.
Right.
Not free bacon samples.
Right.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, semantics.
I'm not gonna lull on it.
What they bet on, I'm sure. is that people would take those beer samples, get drunk, and then buy the food happily.
Yeah.
So
or buy the food so they can have more beer. Just fill up.
Okay, so let's make this topical. What was your guys' favorite beer featured there?
You know what? We've had most of them.
Yeah.
There was only
That's what
like
Dave
3
was
or
telling
4
me.
that we actually hadn't had before. A lot of them featured on this podcast.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
I'm gonna say the one that stood out to me the most was the Goose Island Matilda. Even though I didn't like it, I did appreciate the, I guess, the vision of it because it was pretty much champagne beer.
yeah.
Interesting.
I was gonna say the same one. That's the one that stood out the most. It wasn't the best one, but it definitely left a lasting mark on me. Didn't forget about it after we were done with
Nope.
it.
I mean,
It was good. I mean, not good.
I think I'd try it.
bad, but
I'd try it again.
Yeah, we need to give it another shot.
Yeah, because we did. That wasn't our first beer
Right.
that we had. There was a bunch of other flavors on our palate,
Yeah.
and there was no gap, between tasting.
Yeah.
Aside from us, walking to the next one.
Right.
And see, that's another thing that they should have had. Some kind of palate cleanser. Something.
Yeah.
Anything.
I think we're getting too classy for just beer.
Yeah.
And people don't know.
I mean, but, we're making a livelihood on this now. So, I think we should be a little more classier about it. We should care a little bit more.
That beer deserves it.
It deserves it. It does. It deserves a little bit more respect. If we're going to have a whole festival about it, they're basically just, kind of threw it out there. And people, not like we're going to, not care about it,
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds good.
No, it was. I think it could have been better, but it wasn't bad.
No.
Nah, I mean, I don't think we got our money's worth for the ticket, but
Right.
if there were, it's only the second year. I can only see it getting better.
Right.
Hopefully they take it a little more serious and not just this big ass commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a really good, almost like Sunday afternoon activity more than anything else.
Right.
Yeah. It really was. It was pleasant.
Yeah.
They don't let you have your pets out there though.
Oh.
It's kind of a drag. Anyway.
Well, your dog's a monster, so
Yeah.
the little one.
The little one wouldn't have made it. Big one. He would have been all right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I guess transitioning from beer and bacon.
Transition.
Exactly. I guess if it comes to your town, 'cause you said it's a touring thing, maybe check it out if you're interested in it, but be forewarned.
Yeah.
But moving on.